Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. That's what teachers do. If you can hear my voice, wave your hands. If you can hear my voice, wave your hands. Woohoo! Do the hokey pokey and turn yourselves around. Good morning. That is what it's all about. Well, it's a September day at Unity in Fort Collins. And it's so fun to see you all here. Do we have any visitors today who would like a welcome packet plunked in your hand? Raise your hand and one will manifest right there. Any other welcomers that need an information packet? So good. Welcome to folks online too. I always have to remember to look at the cameras. But there's a horde of us here in the sanctuary this morning, which you can't always tell online because nobody ever sits in the front. So if the camera swings around, you can see that we're actually big. And we have just about that many people online as well. So welcome to the folks online. Our speaker today is our own Reverend Jim. Yay. Yay. And he's going to be talking about Byron Katie's work, Loving What Is. And I remember finding that really a long time ago and thinking, oh, this is, if I could actually do this, it would change everything. So Byron Katie's work is kind of spectacular. So one of the things that we make sure to say to the group routinely is if you were a visitor here on one day and formed an opinion about who we are, it could be wildly accurate or wildly wacko. So the 12-step programs, I always encourage people to come back 6 times or sometimes before if you decide it's for you or not, because we just have this different model. So today won't be wacko because Reverend Jim is speaking. Or he might, who knows, he could. But we have members of the congregation speak routinely. Typically 2 weeks a month, we have guest speakers, and 1 week a month, Reverend Jim speaks, and 1 week, Reverend Sharon speaks. So it's this is a community-based congregation. And what we find about that is that we are getting to know each other so deeply. So when somebody speaks up here, they share their heart, and then we all see you. And so it's a lovely thing that happens in this community. So if you're new here today, try us out a few times. Or if you hate it, just don't come back. That's fine too. You're free to do that. So check this out. Our kids are doing a puppet show at the end, so I'm looking forward to that. The prayer chaplain today is Ginny Hout. So there's Ginny, and she has the common cold, not RSV, not COVID, not flu. There is such a thing as the common cold. But you don't go there first. It's your last choice about what you've got. Dear Nancy Hughes's granddaughter, Mira, suffered an aneurysm, and Nancy and family has had a hard couple of weeks, and Mira is stabilized, so keep those prayers coming. Unity actually foundationally believes that prayer works, so sending love to Mira in New York. Today, Sharon's lined up. People are lined up. It's time for me to stop. Come on, Mike.
Good morning. I'm from the council, and no, this will not be a political trying to re-elect conversation. We're having a listening session. It's a week from today, right after the service at 11:30. We will be bribing you with pizza. And basically what the council wants to do is listen to how things are going. There's just a lot of momentum, and I know a lot of you are feeling that momentum and how exciting it is. But we're also wanting to look for opportunities, and I'm sure a little bit about how that's manifested for me a little bit over the last 10, 15 years. This year is 10 years since we started going to La Bendición. I've been there 8 times, and that was something that was kind of an idea that Peggy and I had 10 years ago. And that's still going strong. So that is an example of some energy. It's really grassroots, where we're looking to see where is the energy that you have, and this is a sandbox for you to play in, and where are the things that you want to move forward. One that we just kind of slowed down or actually stopped is called the vegetable connection. We were doing something called Salad for the Soul, and we did not do that again consciously this year because we made room for more growth and excitement around love and action, and they are just on fire right now. So these are examples of kind of what we're leaning into and wanting to hear from you. What is burning in your soul? What opportunities do you foresee as you look into Unity's future the next 3-5 years? What would you love to see? We want to hear that from you next week with pizza. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kamina, and on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday in the Roomy Room, we will be offering a peace meditation. It's a time to bless the earth with loving kindness, and that always includes every person, every being, no exception. We don't get to pick who we like and don't like. It's a very united and warm, loving feeling to be part of at 7 o'clock. And if you want to stay after, we do pranic healing, which is a no-touch energy healing. So I invite all of you to come, find some peace, and also an opportunity to take care of yourself. So thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. What's been coming to me is how important it is to nurture this interest in art that so many of us share. And so a couple of things have come to mind for me. One is an open studio, which we're going to hold on October 4th in the Friendship Room from 9 to 12. So you're invited to bring anything that you might be working on. But in addition to that, I'm going to have 3 projects that you can choose one during that 3 hours that will kind of push you a little bit out of your comfort zone maybe. But mostly we have a lot of fun, and you'll be with other people that you don't have to have an ounce of experience in making art. You just have to show up and have your feet in the room. So there is a sign-up sheet on that table over there by Julie. And I won't be here next week to be part of the conversation that they're talking about, but if anybody here would like to add to our movement in creating constant art things, projects or whatever, please see me or talk to one of us, Julie, about it, because I think it's really important that we keep nurturing this idea. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm sneaking in here with two things. Last Sunday, the chaplains met, and one of the things that came up is some of the chaplains who aren't as active in other places in the church don't have anybody come back and ask for prayer. So I would invite each and every one of you on a Sunday to wander back there and just say hi to the chaplain and tell them how much you appreciate knowing they're always there to pray. The other thing I have to talk about is Barbara Weimer and I are offering a free, no obligation lunch today, small plate lunch. And while you're eating your snacks, your fruit, your nuts, those things, I will be showing a video, Anita Moriano's Dying to Be Me TED Talk. And then we're going to talk about what is death and dying, how many people have had it, how many people think it's real. And we will be out of here by 1:45 because I'm a Broncos fan.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Wait.
And yeah.
Okay,
What?
wait, slow down. Aren't we supposed to talk about the
Oh,
women's
oh,
circle thing?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
start.
am woman.
No. Why don't you give the first part?
Oh, okay. Okay, boring. Okay, come join us, women, on Saturday, September 27th from 11 to 1 o'clock for the Women Together Circle.
This will be at the time for us to gather and just share our women's
Yes.
experience, our
Yes.
feminine experience, build connection, and then afterwards, we're going to have a potluck lunch. So you get to bring whatever your favorite food is as we hit a little bit of fall. So come join us Saturday the 27th, 11 to 1.
And this time, we're going to try to break into a little smaller groups so that we can get to know each other even more. So I hope you'll come and join us with this little new experience. Thanks.
We are looking for guest speakers for December and January, and I've already had 2 folks ask about December. But if you are thinking that you'd love to share a story, your spiritual journey, somehow you've been touched or have something to offer, we have openings in January. So we have a fleet of talented speakers, but we don't know if we haven't heard from you yet. So feel free to let me know, or Julie, or any of us. Okay, let's join together in our unity blessing. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Don't let your mind get weary and confused. Your will be still, don't try. Don't let your heart get heavy, child, inside you. There's a strength that lies. Don't let your soul get lonely, child, it's only time, it will go by. Don't look for love in faces, places, it's in you where you'll find kindness. Be here now, here now. Be here now, here now. Don't lose your faith in me, and I will try not to lose faith in you. Don't put your trust in walls, 'cause walls will only crush you when they fall. Be here now, here now. Be here now, here now. Now a reading from Kathe.
Hi. So a few thoughts about unity. I came to unity, many decades ago when I was transitioning from being a hardcore religious person, strict religion, to a hardcore atheist. And then in New Orleans, somebody suggested, maybe you ought to try this church. I think you'll find them a little different from what you're expecting. And yeah, I did. I found a church that had some principles that actually made sense to me. And then when we moved to New Orleans, like slowly we've been coming farther and farther, my husband and I, into the unity community, and how wonderful that is. But I've got a couple quotes, and you know what Anne said about unity? Yeah, ditto that. I don't need to say any more, just this great community and all those people there. The first quote I have is from Edgar Cayce, Sleeping Prophet. You'll not be in heaven if you're not on the arm of someone you've helped. So many opportunities that they gave us to be helpful to one another. Another one, Matthew 18, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. So a good thought to not just pursue spirituality in a cave, but among others. And of course, you didn't think I was going to get up here without a Course in Miracles quote, did you? So in chapter 8, we begin the journey back by setting out together and gather in our brothers as we continue together. And another one on this idea of gathering. Yet where 2 or more join together in searching for the truth, the ego can no longer defend its lack of content. The fact of union tells them it is not true. It is impossible to remember God in secret and alone. So, that's kind of what unity has meant to me as a path of spirituality, as I said, that made sense, and that I believe kind of aligns itself, these principles on the wall, with the non-dual systems, Buddhism, Hinduism, Course in Miracles, David Hawkins. One creator, one creation. No us versus them, but just unity says it all. Thank you.
We should be pretty familiar with the song by now, so please feel free to sing along. Oh Lord, please help this hurting earth. Help the people to remember their true worth. It can get so dark and lonely here. Help the people, Lord, to not be led by fear. And when it feels like love is nowhere to be found, give us eyes to realize that love is all around us singing. Everywhere, every day. I said love is all around us singing. Everywhere, every day. Oh Lord, please help this country. When it seems as if division is winning, may we choose unity rather than criticizing and dehumanizing another. May we see ourselves in each and every other. And when it feels like love is nowhere to be found, give us eyes to realize that love is all around us singing. Everywhere, every day. Let every man be our brother. Everywhere, every day. Oh, and blessings to each and every mother. Everywhere, every day. In reverence to our sacred sisters. Everywhere, every day. forgiveness through all our fathers. In every day I search for the joy, search for the joy. In every day I find the moments of peace, moments of peace. In every day I am the love I am seeking, love I am seeking. In every day I am love, I am love. Oh, everywhere, every day I said, let the blessings rain down on everywhere, every day. And we were born to remember everywhere, every day. I said, love is all around us, singing everywhere, every day. One more time, all together. Everywhere, every day. I said, love is all around us, singing everywhere, every day.
Wow. Elise, thank you for that. Now I have to get that tune out of my head every day. My objective, really, over these past few weeks and months and in our classes is to help you understand this thing called unity. And sometimes it's hard to understand because it's undefinable. It's such a broad pathway to understanding spirituality. It's your pathway. It's not particularly what the minister has to say, although I hope it's important to you. Unity was founded more than 100 years ago by a couple by the name of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And Charles and Myrtle intended it not to be a church. They intended it to be a prayer and healing ministry. They found it in Kansas City. But over a period of time, the writings of especially Charles Fillmore were being studied in small groups all over the country. And those small groups decided to meet together on Sunday morning and become something called churches, which is now normally called centers, spiritual centers. And so over this pathway, over this period of time, there's been many, many that have joined us as spiritual teachers, either formally in our centers or informally. We have many, many, many that have contributed to our theology, contributed to our belief system. For instance, Marianne Williamson, I'm sure you've heard that name before. Marianne was the spiritual leader of Renaissance Unity in Warren, Michigan. Neil Donald Walsh, another name. He wrote Conversations with God. He is the spiritual leader of the Unity Center in Medford, Oregon. Well, over these years, we've also gathered a number of other spiritual teachers within our movement and affiliated with our movement. And one of those individuals that we've honored and had as guest speakers and has been affiliated with our churches is a lady by the name of Byron Katie. Byron is a woman. She lives in Ojai, California. And Sharon and I have had the privilege of meeting her and engaging her as a guest speaker for the Southwest region over a period of time. And one of the distinctive things about unity beliefs is our belief in spiritual laws. And one of those spiritual laws is the law of mind. Now, the law of mind action is something that we practice daily. We believe our thoughts are things. We believe that thoughts repeat after themselves in our life. We believe that thoughts cause our life to work. Thoughts are strange things. They gather in our minds. We pick them up. They're sort of like viruses. And someday when you have your loved one, your partner, say some little thing that they don't even mind or don't even think about, and suddenly your thought is, they don't love me. Thoughts repeat after themselves. We hear something on the news, and suddenly it's a big catastrophe. Suddenly we react to our thoughts. And so when we react to our thoughts, Byron Katie's come up with a way to look at that. And what she really tries to do is have us take a second look at our thoughts. So she came up with this writing, which is very well described in this little book called Loving What Is. It's available in our bookstore. And she has 4 questions that she recommends that you take a thought that is bothering you, that rogue thought that comes into your head, that thought that doesn't make any sense, that thought that bothers you, that keeps you awake at night. And she suggests that you use 4 little questions. This is called the work of Byron Katie. And it's a wonderful tool to analyze those thoughts that continually arise within us. First of all, she says, is it true? Now that little thought is nothing more than to focus on that thought. It slows you down. It makes you pause and reconsider. It asks you to go back and look. And there's only 2 answers to this thought. Is it true? It's either yes or no. No explanation is necessary. Yes or no? Is it true? The second question is, can you absolutely know that it is true? And again, there's only 2 answers. Yes or no. This is another chance to look again. Because so often we find that when we really analyze something, there's always a condition that's possible that is not true. It's always possible. Which then brings us to the third question. How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? In this particular question, we're asked to report on our emotions, the physical sensations we feel, the way we treat other people who have, when you believe that thought. Most of all, how do you treat yourself? The next question gets you to explore what the difference would be if you didn't believe that thought. Who would you be without that thought? This is really an experiment to further clarify the effect of the thought. Keeping anything the same in the original question, what would the difference be if that thought was not there in your mind? Well, these 4 little questions, these 4 simple questions, according to Byron Katie and many of us that have used this technique, can make a tremendous difference in life. So what I thought I'd do today is give you some case studies. I thought about sharing with you some conversations, real or unreal. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. So if any of you think it's about you, it may be. It just may be. So I'm going to talk about Elizabeth. Elizabeth. And here is what she reported on her worksheet. Now, we've given you all a miniature worksheet. It fits in your pocket. But if you go to byronkatie.com, you can get the full 8.5 by 11 sheet, so you can write all those vicious things that you're thinking about somebody, including me. So here's what Elizabeth said. I am angry with my son Christopher because he stopped contacting me and doesn't invite me to meet his family. I'm saddened because he doesn't talk to me. And she goes on to say, I want Christopher to talk to me from time to time, to invite me to meet him, his wife, and his kids. He should stand up to his wife and tell her that he doesn't want to exclude his mother, and he should stop blaming me. I need Christopher to accept me, to accept my way of life. I need him to understand that I did my best. Christopher is a coward. He's resentful. He's arrogant. He's rigid. I don't ever want to feel him rejecting me or not contacting me anymore. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? So we're going to take just one of his thoughts and we'll run it through Byron Katie's work. All right, it's called The Work. So Byron would ask Elizabeth, is that true? Is that really true? Answer yes or no. There's no trickery in these questions. It's not better if you answer one way or another. Simply go inside yourself and see what's really true. Does he really not contact you or invite you to meet his family? Well, Elizabeth responds after a pause, and she says, well, sometimes, but not very often. And then Byron Katie says, and how do you react when you think that thought? And Elizabeth says, it makes me totally tense. I cannot sleep. And then Byron Katie says, can you see a reason to drop that thought? The thought is, he doesn't invite me to meet his family. And by the way, I'm not asking you to drop that thought. Just simply see if you see a reason to drop that thought. Give me a positive reason to keep this thought. A reason that doesn't cause stress. Elizabeth waits and thinks, and then she says, I can't find one. So Byron Katie then says, let's work with the thought, I want my son to call me. I want my son to call me. And by the way, this is personal with me also. I have a daughter that hasn't talked to me in 10 years. Maybe that's similar to you. But how about, I want my son to call me? And Byron Katie says, let me tell you about my experience. I don't want my son to call. I want them to live the way they want to live. I want them to call whenever they want to call. And I love that it's often me. In other words, we love what is. So who would Elizabeth be without that thought? She says she would be a person that would enjoy life and not be angry. And Katie says, and you'd be loving, with no separation, no requirements, whether or not he visits you or not, because we're to love him in here and not based on what he does or says or reacts. So you've seen in this case study how we've gone through the 4 questions with a woman that was very angry but realized she can live a life of love for her son without whether he calls or not. So let me go on to another example. Our example is a woman by the name of Flo. Since the death of my husband and daughter, I feel abandoned. Since the death of my daughter and husband, I feel abandoned. You see, it's been a couple of years since their deaths. She is still overcome by grief at times, and that's understandable. Flo feels lost and abandoned. And her thought that came to her was, I was abandoned. So our first question is it true that you were abandoned? And Flo answers, yes, I feel that way. Can you absolutely know it's true? She thought about it. And then she says, no, I guess not. Then Katie continued, how do you react? What happens when you believe this thought? And Flo explained how she had withdrawn from life. She felt sorry for herself. She felt like a powerless victim. So the next question is, who would you be without that thought? And Flo inhaled deeply as she considered and reported she would be happy, more peaceful, more carefree. So let me introduce at this point something that Byron Katie in her book calls a turnaround. After the 4 questions, there's something called a turnaround. So many times our thoughts, what bothers us, is not about the other person. It's really about us. And so Katie goes this turnaround. What is really true about the self, such as a turnaround, which is, I abandon myself. You never know what you can find when you look at the turnarounds with an open mind. Flo in her grief had abandoned all sense of worth within herself. So the turnaround is, I abandon myself, rather than they abandoned me. And Flo also found examples of how she was not abandoned by others. She mentioned the outpouring of support from every side, how her family had gone out of their way to include her, how letters and good wishes had come from people she didn't even know. So Flo reports that the second look at her thoughts made her feel much freer. And the grief is lifting now because of what she did with these 4 simple questions. So I'm going to talk about Charlie quickly. Now, Charlie's thought was, I really want my mother to be happy. She is so unhappy with her life. So what's the next question? Is it true? Right? And Charlie says, I've invited my mother on a cruise twice, and she doesn't want to go. She just wants to stay home in her little apartment and to hang around with her grandchildren. I want her to be happy and enjoy life. So Charlie, can you absolutely know that's true? So when you look at it that way, can you absolutely know that's true? No. We never know what's absolutely true about another person being happy. Charlie's mother is happy because she's hanging around with her grandchildren, right? Why would she want to go off on some cruise? So Charlie wants her to go on a cruise. Why? To be happy. Do you see how these things kind of turn around on us? We want someone else to be happy. No, it's not that. It's us who wants to be happy. So I'm going to give you one more, and I'm going to give you a personal one. This really happened. Happened in Sun City, Arizona. Oh, there it is. It happened in Sun City, Arizona. Happened to a lady by the name of Evelyn. And Evelyn says, Reverend Jim doesn't like me. He completely ignores me. Yeah, it happened. You see, Evelyn had not been in church for several weeks, and I was thinking about her, wondering where she was and how she was. I called her. And she says, I was standing in the hallway. You walked right by me. You didn't even say good morning. You didn't even acknowledge me as being present. After all that I've done at that church, you completely ignore me. In fact, your words were, he didn't even acknowledge me. I was just invisible. I have really tried hard to support that church, and that is all I get for my efforts. So, Jim doesn't like me. Is that true? What do you think? Totally. It can be yes or no. It can be either way. How do you react when you believe that thought? Well, Evelyn certainly had a reaction to her belief in that thought. And the big question is number 4, always. Who would you be without that thought? So rather than Evelyn staying away and thinking about how I ignored her, she could have been one of those individuals that attended our luncheons and activities and classes and met her friends. So you see what the other possibility is? Now, in these illustrations I've given you, that reaction, that thought is very natural. We all have them. Every one of us have them. But the thoughts that arise in our minds, there is a process of going back to taking a second look. It's not a trick of mind. It simply asks us to re-examine the thing that we think is so stressful, sad, angry, and really find out if it's real. By taking a second look, we'll see even more clearly than we did before. Most of the things that we're scared of or concerned about in life are just fragments or figments of our imagination. A little questioning can cut through a lot of illusions. The work of Byron Katie is really a systematic way to go back and take a second look at the thoughts that make us stressed. Then we simply ask the 4 questions and have a turnaround to see, is the thought really something that's about me rather than another person? There's no better way to understand the work than to try it for yourself. It could be done in written form by yourself. It could be done with a facilitator, or even with a friend just reading the questions. But when you do this, when you take this as a practice, you start to see through some really painful illusions. You may even find yourself laughing at your own thoughts. The work is not even a thing. It has no motive. It has no strings. It's nothing unless you use it and have your answers revealed in it. There are 4 questions. We are not meant to live stressful lives, and Byron Katie, thankfully, has given us a tool that we can always take a second look at what is bothering us. That's it. That's the work of Byron Katie. Thank you.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. He got higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So how would you like to try it? Suppose we go into the silence. I invite you to close your eyes and just bring to mind some thought. Every thought, any thought. Something that's bothered you in the past. Is it true? Yes, it may be true, because it's right there. That little thought that's been bothering me, that little thought that I've been thinking about off and on, maybe for years. Is it true? Am I sure it's true? Well, no. Maybe not. Maybe not. What am I feeling as a result of that thought? Angry, sad, depressed, embarrassed? What am I thinking? How is it affecting me? And who would I be? What would it be like without that thought? What would it be like? What would life be like if I could just admit that it may not be true? So every thought's a prayer. May I release those prayers to the universe. May I let the forgiveness of the divine, may each and every thought be purified and released to where it came from. And so may it be. Amen.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
So we come to the time in our service where we offer to this community. I'm hearing something whistling in the background. We come to this place in our service. We bring our tithes and offerings, so I'm inviting you to take them in your hand right now, in your hands, and let's bless it with the words on our screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And we're going to move the furniture a little bit up here because we've got a special presentation for you.
Woke up to the morning sky first. Baby blue just like we rehearsed it. When I get up off of this ground, I shake the leaves back down to the brown, 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 till I'm clean. And I walked where I'd be shaded by the trees, by a meadow of green, for about a mile. I'm headed to town, 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 in style. On my favorite colors, yes, Lord, on my favorite colors, yeah. I said my sisters and my brothers, see them like no other. All my favorite colors. Good day for me, good day to be, good day to see my favorite colors, yeah. Yes, Lord, my sisters and my brothers, see them like no other, said all my favorite colors. Now take me to the other side first, where the little bluebird flies, eh? Gray skies on the white walls and blue skies, we gonna fly, feel alright. And I said, ooh, 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 come on, ooh, 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 ooh. At least I can say I anticipate a homecoming parade as we renegade in the morning light. If you want to sing along, on my favorite colors, yeah. I said, yeah, on my favorite colors, yeah, I like that dancing crew. My sisters and my brothers, see them like no other. On my favorite colors. Good day for me, good day to be, good day to see my favorite colors, yeah, yeah. Yes, Lord, my sisters and my brothers, see them like no others, said all my favorite colors, yeah. I said all of my favorite colors, yeah. I said all of my favorite colors, yeah. Hallelujah, my sisters and my brothers, see them like no other. I said all my favorite colors. Good day for me, good day to be, good day to see my favorite colors, yeah. Yes, Lord, my sisters and my brothers, see them like no other, said on my favorite colors. You're all dancing, so we gotta sing it just one more. All my favorite colors, yes, Lord, the child said all my favorite colors, yeah. Each and every one of you are my sisters and my brothers, see you like no other. All my favorite colors. 2, 3, good day for me, good day to be, good day to see my favorite colors, yeah. Yes, Lord, my sisters and my brothers, see all like no other, said all my favorite spirit fingers colors, yeah. That was fun. Thanks for dancing, everyone.
Least wonder, thank you. Well, some of you may need to scooch towards the center in order to see this, so if you'd like to do that, we'll skip this little light of mine, and we'll turn it over to Barbara Weimer and the players. Okay.
Well, today we studied about imagination, and thank you for being so flexible and allowing the children to have some time. and we're waiting for them to get into place. And we're a team back there, so we even have a narrator who's going to introduce herself. That's one of the teachers. Okay, here you go.
Hi, I'm Melanie, and today the children are going to be talking about imagination through the power of God. And today we have George, played by Gabriel, and Coco, played by Audrey. And in the beginning scene, they are about to go trick-or-treating.
Hey, Coco.
Yeah?
What are you for Halloween?
Oh my gosh. I'm literally wearing my Halloween costume. I am a sailor.
Oh. Well, what am I?
You know what you are. You are wearing your Halloween costume. Look in the mirror.
Oh, I am?
Yes, George. You are an Oompa Loompa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. From Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just go trick-or-treating.
Okay.
Come on.
I am out, George. Trick or treat.
Thanks for the candy.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, let's go to the next house. Wait, where'd my candy go?
It's in your basket, George.
No, it's not.
No, George. You put it in your basket. It's in your basket.
Okay, you better look then.
Wait. Where is your candy?
I don't know. I just asked you that.
Wait, I don't have any candy either.
Do your friends have candy?
Let me go check. Nope.
Well, that's too bad. Guess we better find it. But how will we?
With our imagination, George.
Oh, yeah. What is imagination again?
It's where you use your mind to think creatively and conjure up ideas.
Oh, so magic.
No, imagination, George.
Okay, magic.
No, it's pronounced imagination.
Imagication.
That's good enough.
Okay. So, do you have any ideas?
Let's retrace our steps.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, look, I found our candy.
Wait, but what about the others?
I also found their candy.
Oh, yay. We found your candy.
The end. Thank you.
Wow, that's just first phase, right? You're going to come back and do it again with a longer script, maybe? Good. Okay, well, I guess that's it for today. So let's all just circle up and greet somebody that you don't know as you do so. Thank you.
Hey, nice job. Yes. Good job, good job, good job.
Hello. We have our peace song and our prayer of protection. So together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.